everybody. It's our podcast,
Yes.
Far From Finished. We have a guest on the show. Everyone, welcome Corey here.
Corey
Thanks for
Bell,
having me.
aka Corey Balls.
Yes, sir.
Been a meaningful person in our life for a long time. We're glad to have him on the show.
What
I don't
a
know
guy.
why Daniel's giving him applause. He doesn't
Hey.
deserve that much.
Oh, that's how we're started.
That's how we
Not
treat
much
our guests.
appreciated. That's how.
That's how we treat
Thanks
our
for having
friends.
me
Lucky to be on the show, so welcome.
Wow.
It is a true honor.
So
I
the
love the
truth
whole all
comes
the prep
out.
time. I really love that.
Welcome to Far From Finished, another week of great podcasting, where we bring on guests occasionally. Don't count on it,
Don't count on
but we
it.
might have one.
Enjoy it
You'll
while it
see.
lasts, but don't expect anything. That's the first step to disappointment, as we've said here before.
Get it while it's hot.
Oh my god. But fuck yeah. Daniel's got some challenges for everybody, just like every week. Starting with the meditation. Get your shit right, guys.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. I had the challenges ready for you. No, I'm kidding. All right. Start off. Been doing 5 minutes. Move to 10 minutes. Just start 5-minute increments. Start with guided meditations if you can't just sit there in silence. I know it can be hard sometimes. Definitely was difficult for me. I just reached 40 minutes about a week ago for the first time. Definitely amazing. Feels great. You know, still I have to push myself every day to be better, but it definitely helps me organize my thoughts a little bit better. Kind of start taking that I wasn't doing before. That's something definitely do that. Also, if I'm going to give another challenge, I would say, what I say before, I've said write down things in every day, things that you've been doing, kind
Do
of keep
things
track
that you
what you're
love
doing.
to
Yeah,
do.
do things that you love to do. So if I'm going to say something else, go out of your way to talk to someone. I wouldn't say talk. I don't want to say talk to strangers because that could be definitely dangerous.
Stranger danger.
Weird though. Now no one talks to people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
talk.
you know, maybe if you're standing in line or something, just go out of your way to talk to somebody. But
Talk to somebody that you know you can defend yourself against.
they seem weird. Abort
Someone-
mission. Abort mission.
Yeah, for sure.
They're calling someone your own size or someone a little.
Yeah. Step out of your comfort
Yeah.
zone a little bit there.
Said pick on somebody your own size.
Or
Don't
a
pick
little-
on
or a little
anybody. Just be nice to people.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't pick on people.
But no, if I can add anything, I would add be like more genuine with yourself and like actually stop like bullshitting yourself. If you have anything going on, don't fucking tell yourself it's okay, that it's gonna fly over. Actually figure out solutions to your problems. That's all.
Exactly.
Keep track.
I know you started meditating recently, Corey.
Yeah, so I do guided meditations. I haven't done like you do standalone. You said you're up to 40 minutes. So you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sit down and just do it.
Yeah, I just kind of focus mostly on how I'm feeling in my body. I mean, I let my thoughts flow. I'll do a mantra, you know, here and there. I probably have a couple mantras I'll go throughout. So I'll probably do, usually I'll average 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm doing,
Mornings.
what?
Mornings.
When I wake
Or
up,
whenever,
you know, I'll
okay.
take a shower, brush
Yeah.
my teeth, all that. And then after I'm done with it, I'll either meditate right after that or I'll read a book. But yeah, so I'll probably do 5-10 minutes of just standalone breathing, focusing on my breath and my body. Then I'll do a couple mantras. Then I'll go back to. But yeah,
Yeah, I do Headspace.
That's a little orange app.
Yeah, the little orange app, and it kind of reminds you every day to do it. So it's like nothing. It's not like a hassle or anything.
I, like,
Actually, you get
downloaded-
positive effects.
I downloaded it whenever you told me about it, and
Yeah.
I still have yet to open it.
I've done just
Check it
kind of
out.
open it and do it. Like Daniel said, it starts with like 5
Yeah.
minutes. You could either
I
choose
use-
5 or 10.
I use these couple ones that I found on YouTube. I didn't meditate. I like those, but I need to check out that.
Headspace is more like you get like a nice. I don't know what kind of accent it is. It's like a very nice. You can either choose a male or a female, and it's like just very soothing and calming. And you know that big beanbag I have in the
Oh
the
yeah,
man
for
cave.
sure.
I just lay on that and like look at the galaxy poster, and I just kind of drift off.
just
and
get
then-
lost.
Yeah,
That's
and
lit.
then just like, organize my.
So where are you at right now? Like how many?
I
Minutes?
made it up to like 15, 20. I've
15,
been slacking recently.
You do it every day, like in the morning.
I went like 2 weeks. Enough to like
nice.
pay for the app. Like they give you like the first session free. So
Oh,
I did
okay.
that. I did that, and then I ran out of the free ones, and I wanted, but it was something I was
Okay.
actually doing.
Yeah,
It was,
okay.
like, it's
I mean,
very
if it's
useful.
if it's something you use every day,
Yeah, it
it's-
worked. Like,
So you pay more for like Hulu and Netflix, but you don't use that every day.
Mhm.
Some people do, but
we probably do. I also don't pay for cable.
He said I
but,
probably
yeah.
do.
How'd you
But-
feel when you were doing it? How did it make?
Headspace.
Yeah.
Like in the moment, like I know I've been on that beanbag. It's very comfortable. So like with
Yeah.
each like deep breath, because that's like you focus on breathing a lot.
Mhm.
Like when you let out that deep breath, I feel like the beanbag more. And then
I was gonna
Like,
say
kinda drift
you
off.
be sinking in that beanbag.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like
It kinda-
quicksand.
so when I sink in there, like you know how in a Get Out,
Yeah.
when she like snaps and she's doing the thing, and
Oh,
he like keeps getting
yeah.
farther and farther, like she's like a little box, you know.
Damn, that's how you feel whenever you're like in the chair.
Not exactly like that, but like in a way, but like I'm drifting into my mind.
Wow, that sounds
That's-
relaxing.
That's crazy.
It's very
That's
like
wild.
because that's like my happy place.
Like,
the beanbag
yeah,
chair.
the beanbag, yeah.
Is
Your
that
And then
zone.
sometimes Sonny will chill with me. Like, believe it or not, when y'all aren't around, he's a chill dog.
No,
like,
I know that.
Like he'll like lay on my chest sometimes.
yeah,
and, like,
it's just whenever
like,
people
it's
are
just
around
me.
him, he's
Mhm.
excited. And
exactly. That's very bad.
whenever he's
anxiety.
riled up, fucking
Mhm.
Sadie gets riled up.
Yeah, but
Nice.
really, they'll both kick it. You know, that's a big beanbag. Like they'll both chill with me.
Yeah.
we'll meditate together.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, because
That's
that's
how we
when
do
he
it.
sees people.
Me and Cressa, we meditated together too, but it was kind of weird. It's like, it's our vibes. Like I could hear her breathing, she could hear my breathing. So it, like
Right.
we'd try to match breathing, then we tried not to match. So like you couldn't focus enough. Like there was too much going on.
It's like you're
But like group, I don't think group
you're
meditation.
like
meditating
kind of
at the same time.
distracted. Like
Yeah,
almost.
like you're still in your zone, but then I'm still aware that she's next to me. You know?
Right.
So,
Yeah, I think-
but with the dogs, it's different.
I think as
Well, 'cause-
well though.
Yeah, because I feel like after a while they kind of just.
Well, I know she's conscious, you know.
Right,
I know she's
okay.
conscious, and she's next to me, and I know that she's thinking she needs to be in the relaxed place. I know I need to be too, but I can tell she's thinking about it.
Okay.
Versus a dog, I'm like, he's just a dog.
Like-
he has something going on up there.
Even
but
if
not
he
like-
has something
yeah.
going on, he can't communicate
Exactly.
with me, right? So
Yeah, he's just
I feel
chilling.
it.
As you get better though, is one of the things. Yeah, when I first started, a lot of things around me would distract me.
Yeah,
But as you get further into your space,
That's
you can
part
do it
of
with
it,
other
though.
people around you because those sounds
Mhm.
you'll learn to kind of accept
Exactly.
those sounds like her breathing, and then you'll learn to just
yeah.
accept that around
Headspace
you.
will tell you that. She'll be like, just ignore any sounds that you hear around you. Like, let them like all
Let
be
'em be.
together. Mhm.
It's kind of like the same thing with your mind because
There's
a lot of
always something
people-
going on.
when people think of meditation, think, oh, I'm not supposed to think at all.
Yeah.
It's impossible. You're
gonna
not
think.
gonna.
Yeah, how Headspace explains it to me, and that's why like I really like it. There was two different examples. One is like imagine being on like 45 the highway, just like standing there, and your thoughts are the cars. Like the cars are always gonna be it's 45. The cars are always gonna be moving. So like the good thoughts, you just kind of let them linger, but like the bad thoughts, you just let them go.
Right.
So that's how I see it. Another example they use is like picture yourself, like your brain, like the sky. Like blue sky is you, like everything clear, and the clouds are like your
Okay. Like
so
if
that's
you-
like when I'm sitting down and I'm picturing like with my eyes closed and stuff, I'm just picturing like a clear blue sky. And then there's like just a feeling. You can't really describe the feeling, but like you're just at
that's
that's
nice.
how I feel when I
That's really nice. I've always liked the analogy that he's uses, like it's on a river bend and you're
Mhm.
watching the water flow, kind of like your thoughts in your mind. You're not like the more you pay attention to each and every thought, the less you actually pay attention to how many thoughts
Mhm.
are flowing in the
see
river.
like the big picture.
Right.
So you got any plans for the holidays, Corey?
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving, man.
We're
it's
finna go
been-
Yeah, like I'm so much more excited for that than any.
And we're finna record a couple of things that weekend too to push out some
yeah.
content for that
That's
as
gonna
well.
be
That's gonna be pretty
Versace
wild.
Mansion. I mean,
In the Versace
the
mansion.
Versace Mansion.
Everyone, stay tuned for that. As
Halloween this
That's
past
gonna be
weekend
lit.
was
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
feel all the love in there. It was great. Everybody just having
that was full of love.
everyone having a great.
For sure. If you guys don't know, this guy right here had a super awesome Halloween costume party on this past Saturday. And this guy right here was Mr. Poopy Butthole
That is
from
true.
Rick and Morty. And he went through like the full commitment and painted his whole body yellow.
Got
I
yellow
wouldn't-
all over the house. by
Bought a,
the way.
fucking, bought a fucking Abraham Lincoln top hat. It's
really
literally
killed it.
got yellow paint all over Corey's house.
Look, man, it's hard to not do that because I would wipe my eye and it would be all over my hand.
And
If
then
I
you'd be
touched
like,
anything, it was like people would give me hugs. It was, I'm sorry if I get it on you.
That's how it was the night before when we went to Quez's shit, because he painted
He was
himself
green,
green for the
yeah.
Hulk. And I gave him a hug as soon as I got there, and I looked at my clothes. I was like, "Yo, it's
Nice.
lit!" It's
Green
like,
now.
wow, I'm green now.
Shout out Quest for his party.
For
too.
real.
Family
yeah,
was
that was
awesome.
a good time.
Also,
His family was.
I told him
awesome.
to invite his uncles, but they were like downtown or something.
Nah,
Alright.
yeah, it was probably last minute.
Yeah.
But yeah. Honestly, I love our group,
Yeah.
man. This shit was crazy. Everybody was all
was a
loving
great
each
time.
other and having conversations that needed to be had.
Yes. I feel like that's just the
was
pregame
beautiful.
to
I
the
really,
Friendsgiving.
I love the costume contest though.
That shit
it was
was
a bit of a
hilarious.
nightmare, but
Played
it
a little
was,
Snoop Dogg
yeah.
for the runway. Everybody.
They had a runway. That was
Dude, there was a
funny.
little strut.
I was like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna get someone to vote on everybody? So we gotta get like a finalist group and
Yeah.
let everyone walk down the runway.
Needs to be more organized in the future because that was
Oh,
terrible.
for sure.
That
That was
so
terrible.
Well, not everyone was in the right mind state.
How do
Put it-
you
to say the
organize
least?
a drunk costume party? You have to have
I'm
like
surprised we got
producers and
to a winner.
directors and a whole production
Get a-
team.
With this group,
Get
I mean,
alive.
come on now. I'm
It's-
surprised everyone was in there.
Somebody with a headset, like go. Get out there.
It was a mess, but it was a beautiful mess.
Everything
Such is
worked
life
out.
itself. Yep. It's
Very
giving
in the
next
moment.
though, November 22nd through 24th.
That's
So
very
the
true.
next week, everyone be ready for content to be dropped
Sure.
because that's gonna be weird.
Weird, dude.
Things are
Fucking
gonna get
stupid weird. It's gonna get crazy. So, Daniel, do you want to talk to the people about your new ventures in CBD, dude?
Do I? We're gonna save that for another time, but also Corey and I will be dipping into the CBD world. The medicine, the benefits, all the good stuff that's gonna come with it. THC is not bad either, but that's not where we're going.
We are not getting into that
We're
conversation.
we're not gonna say THC is bad. 'cause
No, of
we
course
still
not.
enjoy it, but,
But
definitely.
definitely, guys, check it out. Corey and Daniel are doing their research as of now, and they're gonna be figuring out how to get a market going, so they can actually create their own CBD store and actually help out some people. Listen, that so definitely pay attention to those fucking avenues opening up and creating new opportunities for us and potentially the world around us.
I just want to say that Josh is definitely supporting us right now, but
We're
don't
still
let that
early,
fool you. This man was definitely getting on my ass about it.
like couple times.
Yeah, a
He
couple of
deserved it.
times. I
He
disagree,
deserved it.
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
talking 30 minutes to 2 hours long.
Hey, look. Whenever you rile me up, I can go for a while.
Doesn't take much.
It does not
Y'all
take
argued
much.
about, what was it? I think it was onions the other day for a good 30 minutes.
Oh, we did argue
Just straight
about like
onions.
how we like onions and like
And
what
y'all were
we
getting
don't like
heated.
onions are.
People were yelling.
I don't even remember that
Who was that?
conversation.
I remember you
that-
were in it.
I don't. I
I
know
don't
I was
remember-
talking to Latifah about it, and I thought it was you two.
People were getting so passionate about
People
how
were
they
getting
like their, how they
passionate
did
about
and
it,
didn't
and
like
I was
their
like,
onions.
I mean,
Chance was in it too. He was talking about.
Chance was like, I can't do onions. I feel like he's like, yeah, that's not me. I can't fuck with an onion.
We went to.
Oh, I think I remember I said something about if you don't like onions, you're a bitch because
you probably
your
started the
your
argument.
your taste buds are like a little kid and you should grow up.
Oh
You
my
don't
god!
like- if you don't
See, like,
That's
I don't remember this
bold
conversation
statement.
clearly.
look to all those onion haters out there, grow up. All right.
See, I can do like onion powder, unless it's like I can do like chopped onions on a burger or like grilled onion on like a steak. But like other than that, I don't really fuck with like the consistency or the texture of onions.
Oh, I'm on a baked
So
potato.
I would just go with the onion powder for cooking.
Just to
Giver.
get the flavor.
Mm.
I love onions, so like on a burger.
Nice touch.
Mwah.
Uh,
Bon appetit.
the onions coming.
Oh my god.
God.
Coming to a
Goes
farmer's
off the
market near you.
wall.
Maybe in the future. Who knows?
Fucking
CBD
CBD infused
onions.
apples coming to a farmer's market near you. Is
Hey, you know they have CBD cold brews though.
that like coffee?
It's coffee like cold brew, like
or like,
nitro cold.
or is that beer? Like, can I get a cold brew?
cold brew? Nah.
Hey, give me a cold brew.
I drink a hemp beer.
Hey, I need a cold brew, bro.
No. Yeah, coffee though is supposed to take the edge off of like anxiousness and you get from regular coffee.
Isn't that the point of regular coffee? Isn't
No,
that,
it's to
so
get
is that
the
what wakes you up?
energy.
that's what I was saying. Is
I
like,
don't. I
isn't the
truthfully
energy?
don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the science. So I'm asking legitimately. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have the answer, but isn't the energy in coffee not really energy? It's just like the caffeine and sugar reacting with your body, making you jittery and like.
Fake energy in a sense.
Yeah.
So what if it eliminates that? What does coffee
It
do
eliminates
anymore?
the jitters and anxiousness. So you could still get that fake energy, but you'd feel still more relaxed than you would normally. Because it gets to a certain point, because think about it, most of the time, when you drink coffee, when people drink it, they're trying to get like they're over there.
People
Like,
Well, that's-
crazy.
they're moving.
That's like why coffee and cigarettes has been such like a renowned like combination because like it's like you get the up and the relaxation.
but then they come down to both of those. I'm sure it's terrible.
That's why I
Mm.
prefer coffee and marijuana personally. That's just my personal. It like I get the jitters and like energy or fake energy or whatever it is, and I actually like the taste of coffee sometimes. Like it's actually refreshing some mornings when you watch the sunset,
I agree.
not sunset,
Sunrise.
sunrise. Yeah,
Sunrise is in the morning.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
depends on how late of the morning you're up to. Actually, that's never mind. I'm wrong. Anyways, what I'm saying is it's a great combo for me, especially. But
You're gonna have
I-
to clip that moment. Josh doesn't say he's wrong off.
Yeah, might need
Clip
that
it.
one.
But
But
I'm keeping that one for sure.
but what I was trying to say is that that's my proponent because I'm not a fan of cigarettes personally. Great.
They have CBD cigarettes.
Those are actually not the worst. It's like an alternative to cigarettes, but like it's also not my preference.
I mean, yeah, it's not gonna be.
Not for everybody.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Nah,
still up
at
and
all.
coming.
And they're new.
Nothing is
They're very
for
new.
everybody.
Yeah.
Really, we can get into. I wasn't talking about that. I'm kind of brought it up though.
It
But
just went that way.
the interesting. It's not even FDA approved, right?
Yeah.
What CBD?
CBD. It's
Yeah.
just yeah, it's legal, so people are just throwing it out.
That's a
of-
huge gray area.
So,
like,
They have labs that test it, and most places will give you the lab that it's tested at, and you can go look at it there. But it could easily say under 0.3 THC, and
yeah, if
And
it's the
just not
lab,
be.
it's the lab
FDA
doing their
approved.
own testing, then you don't know.
Does that mean wait? If it's not FDA approved, does that mean the FDA hasn't even looked into it, or they disapprove?
No, they haven't looked
Like,
into
they
it.
haven't looked
Okay.
into it.
So
Like,
they-
it's
you
not
know-
like legitimate yet.
I was
Usually-
gonna say,
For them
does that
to-
mean like they got like a stamp of disapproval, or they just haven't been approved yet?
Haven't been approved yet. So
Okay.
when it goes to the FDA, they'll make sure everything's good. Okay, it's under 0.3% and all
Yeah.
that, and then they'll send it out.
From the research I've done so far, it's better to get from like a third party that inspects your. Because like if I'm selling it, of course I'm gonna say.
You mean like a middleman that
yeah,
does the
exactly.
research for you?
Yeah, there's
Hmm.
like a third party that will like validate your stuff that it is what you're.
Hmm.
Because right now there's a gray area, and I could grow my own. It's under point. You're not gonna know
Until you get drug tested,
exactly.
which is scary for.
Exactly. So that's why it's still kind of a lot of people are wondering what it's gonna be like, or wondering if they should do it because you don't know, 'cause it's not FDA
Yeah.
approved, and people can say this, but is it really this? How does it feel? Because it's still so new, and it's still we have this conversation too. There's a market for it. You know, a lot of people are starting to do it, but there's not. You really still need to make the market there
Yeah,
because it's
for
so
sure.
new.
It's like it's not that there isn't a market. It's just that the market isn't as viable as like if you were to try to bring CBD into start to do that, then you have to have a more
Because it does have its benefits,
right.
or so
We
it
just
seems.
have to start somewhere.
Right.
So, like that's really the thing. It's where to start
That's what I'm
first.
saying. It's like it has a market, but not to a point where you shouldn't be.
And even now,
Not like a market you can run.
as of right now, yeah, you can't
Yes.
just hop on and say people are gonna
Nah,
just come and
yeah.
buy this.
Right. Yeah, it's not on that like notoriety yet.
Mhm.
There's still a lot of like ifs, ands, or buts.
Not coffee. You know, if you
Yeah.
if you have
Yeah.
coffee, I like coffee. Well,
It's-
yeah, I mean, you're still competing with Starbucks.
But see, like
Yes.
even
They
like,
revolutionized it.
even with coffee or really anything at this point, it's like in 50 years somebody could come back and say, "Hey, Q-tips are bad for everybody," but like for your whole life you've been
Yeah.
maybe you could just. I feel like I heard that Q-tips are bad for people. Like you just like
Yeah, you're
like
not.
you
Yeah, I
get
heard that
the
as
wax
well.
out, but you just stuff more wax
Mhm.
into your shit and you like clog your.
They're not great for you.
They're not great, but that's what I'm saying. So that's just an example. What I'm saying is like when that Q-tips came out, people were like, "Fucking wax out your ears." Now people shame you if you don't clean the
Yeah.
wax out your ears, but it's kind of bad too in certain senses as long as you're using Q-tips.
There's like
So-
I think there's a point where you don't want to get too much earwax in there, but the thing is, cleaning your ears is actually not good for you because things that are loud could bust your eardrums. You have that earwax as a reason.
Right.
Because if your ears are completely clean and you hear something that could be what normally wouldn't be as bad, can bust your eardrum because you don't have that.
Right. And I'm not promoting not cleaning your ears, but I am promoting finding a safe. Thank you.
I've seen those things you like put in your ear and you burn. My
What?
sister used to have to do that. It's
You
like
burn it?
yeah, like
like
you have to
burn
like
your
lay on
ear?
your side, kind of. No, it doesn't burn your ear, but like it goes into your ear and then like
fire?
yes, like fire.
Oh my god!
And, like burns the earwax out of your ear. Like it doesn't hurt you or anything, but it's like that's a cleaner alternative.
Yeah, I feel like you're just
Do it, and
trying
it
to
doesn't hurt
coerce
you.
me into getting set on fire again,
You're saying
Corey.
put fire
I did get you
into
once.
your ears.
It's not a fire. It's something that you light. I'm not sure what it is. Like a wax of some sort, but it gets the wax out of your ear.
Just a wick.
I'll look it up and show you.
It's a
we need
wick that you light.
we need like a
and just-
Jamie, you know, on
Really?
on Joe Rogan. We need a Jamie to like
Just
just pull
look-
it up on the
Just
screen.
pulls it up on the screen.
It's useless, dude. Useless.
Nah. So speaking of, well, we were speaking of it earlier, but I was gonna say like things that you use every day. What about phones? Like, you work at a phone company.
Yes,
you
I
actually
do.
worked at a long time. Well,
Year and a
quite
half
long
now.
time.
Yeah,
Long time to me. 'Cause,
it's a
Year and a
long
half?
time to me too. I think that's the longest I've ever had a job. A year and a
Really?
half. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So yeah. So you've worked there for a long time. You've learned quite a few things, developments in technology. What are your perspectives on things, how things are going, and maybe might be going?
In what sense? In like cell phones or the people that are buying the cell phones?
First of all, let's
Because
talk about
that's
the
two
people
totally
buying.
different things.
Talk about the people
The people
buying the phones,
buying, I
'cause that's
have
the
a lot. I
funniest
have a
to me.
lot to say. There are some people out there. A lot of people.
Some silly heads.
A lot of silly
Some,
heads.
some just downright silly heads.
Yeah, just the fact like the iPhone 11, it's a great phone and all, but there's people upgrading from like the XS Max, which is last year's larger
Mhm.
version of the phone, to like the iPhone 11, which is definitely a downgrade. The XS Max was an
The worst.
$1,100 phone.
The worst
The
phone?
iPhone 11 is a $700 phone. You're losing features, but people still, oh, it's the new phone out, so I'm gonna go get this one every day.
So wait, they're turning in their iPhone XS.
Yes,
is a
they're
better
trading the
phone
XS Max, the better phone, for
for-
the worst iPhone 11. Not to say that iPhone 11 is a bad phone, but your phone here, your XS Max, is definitely a better
It
phone.
can do more.
It can do, yeah, it
It's
can do
not
more.
The newest one.
It's not the newest one out. People, especially with Apple, they want the newest thing out as soon as it's out. They could sell you whatever.
See, that's interesting because it's like, why do you think that?
I think that Apple is so good at marketing. If you've seen any of their commercials recently, they don't really talk about their phone. They don't tell you the megapixels of their camera. They don't tell you their processor. They don't tell you how many gigs. They put lions and tigers and whatever
bears,
else on
oh
their
my.
bears. Oh my! They put like wildlife, nature. Then at the end, they throw an Apple logo at the end. They told you nothing about their phone. They didn't say this was shot with their phone. They've marketed so well at this point. They could sell you whatever they want.
That reminds me of a Gabriel Iglesias joke. Whenever he said he was like watching a Pepsi commercial, and like for the first like it was a 30-second ad, and for the first 28 seconds, it was just like two people having sex, and this girl moaning, and then at the very last 2 seconds, she was about to come. She said, "Ah, Pepsi."
Yes, bro. That's
Pepsi. That
when
shit is
their
funny as
product
fuck.
is already out there. Their brand is built. Like they could do that if they
Hilarious.
wanted to, and people
But-
will still buy whatever the Apple logo's on.
But do you think so do you think that has everything to do with marketing, not just like people's
everything,
laziness,
but
like saying like I'm not gonna
just-
do the research of going in to see like the specs?
Yeah,
It's just- it's
people don't
new,
care
so
about the
give it to me.
specs. 90% of what most phones do these days, smartphones, people aren't using. They're not utilizing to the full capacity. I don't use mine to the full capacity.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because when you look at things like Fire Festival,
Yeah,
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It was just great. No one knew at first year festival. No one knew anything about it.
Yeah.
He had people like Kendall Jenner
Marketing.
come in this
Fucking
island, fly into this island, take pictures by the water,
Ja
say
Rule.
Yes, bro.
hashtag Fire Festival. People, wow, Kendall Jenner.
People got finessed.
And then he just put people's names
finesse.
on this
Mhm.
lineup, which no
He
one knew
didn't
any.
intend on.
They didn't even know
having
any of the
them.
details. No one knew any details. 0%.
Mm.
You show up, everything goes to shit. You're staying in tents when people thought they were gonna be in luxury.
Yeah, I saw like
Like
cabanas
luxury
and like
condos
villas.
and
Yeah,
things
like,
like that.
Yeah, and
what he was posting online was not what
You're in a
you're
tent.
getting.
with mattresses that have basically protective covering because it rained the night before. They're given these,
Bologna sandwiches, right?
they were a piece of toast basically with a piece of cheese on top.
They didn't even get no bologna.
He was selling
I don't
tickets for like tens of thousands of dollars too. Like imagine paying that money and showing up there.
$20,000 for a ticket.
$20,000 for like a
and being stuck
all expenses
there, too.
paid
Like,
cabana,
not
yeah.
even being able to be like, "Fuck, this isn't what I thought it was. Time to go home." You're like,
You're on an
"Fuck, this
island."
isn't what I thought it was. Guess I gotta figure something out because I'm still here and
and who
I
do you
can't
complain
leave."
to?
Yeah, like,
you're on
who
an
do-
island.
Like, do you even know where you are? Really?
Yeah.
Like, That's crazy. That's
No,
interesting.
you
though.
got your money for this.
Highway robbery for sure.
A little bit more than highway. Shit, I'm gonna take you into
also,
the
if you have
fucking
the money-
airway robbery.
Who has 20 grand to spend on a ticket for a festival?
People that don't give a fuck about.
Exactly. So the people he finessed, I don't want to say deserved it, but
But see,
you
but
got to do
that's-
some research if you're spending
That's
20
my
grand on
point.
anything.
At what point does your wallet get so snug that you just don't read shit that you buy anymore? You're like, yeah, 20
That's a
grand
whole-
there. 20 grand, here you go.
The whole
Not
new
even gonna
level.
read about that. Not even gonna look into it. None. 20 grand, here you go.
I mean, there were people there that paid cheaper. You know, there's a couple $100.
Yeah, but still,
Even that, it's like
That's-
you don't know what you're getting yourself into, buddy. You took a flight where?
if I'm buying anything. Like,
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
when's the last time you flew out of the country and didn't really know where you were going?
if I'm making every,
Have you ever flown out of the country?
Hawaii.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not. It's technically part of our country, but it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
You know
so
what I
you
mean?
were
It's
like
out of-
overseas,
Yes, but it
but
was
like you're
still
still
part
in the U.S. Okay, but still, you had like 20 adult chaperones with you that knew where they were going, right?
Yeah.
At least you had that confidence. These people were like, yeah, I guess this is gonna work. I think
It was some random island too that no one
Mhm.
really knew about. What
No, it's
around
not like-
here?
apparently,
was a
according
big-
to the documentary, it was like the worst island they could have picked. Like,
the cheapest island they could have
Probably.
picked.
More so.
Probably,
yeah.
more so, I think was along the lines.
wasn't no Hawaii.
It wasn't the best. I mean, but marketing gets you there. You know, there's
Yeah.
a couple pictures by some famous people. People say it must.
That's
it
all it
must be
takes.
true
That's
because
really
I
all it
saw it
takes.
on the internet.
It's got to be real.
It's gotta
I
be
think what it
It's
boils
gotta be.
down to is that people love to be part of the most, like now, like the best group, whatever's going on. Like people want to be part of it.
You're telling me I have an Android? I get clowned.
It's
almost
crazy.
every
People will like
day.
fight you over the phone you have. It's
Okay,
like
I don't
worse
know
than
about
politics.
fight. Those
Not
people
fight,
just
but
fucking.
some people will
You
like.
said
sit
you
there-
would fight a person?
No, I would.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
I
but I've
personally
watched
don't
people
care.
fight.
You have an iPhone, I'm not gonna care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's you live your life, but for some reason you got an
Yeah.
Android.
Majority
Do
of the
you care
time.
about me that much? Like you care about what I spend my money on that much?
See, I do because I gotta get green text messages from you guys.
See, that's the
and
whole
that
thing.
shit's
It's
not
funny with the
cool.
Android, you can make your text whatever color you
and
want.
I can't even FaceTime you. And
I see the
can't-
advantages of
We have
having
video
an iPhone
call.
for sure.
You can
Yeah.
video call
You
people.
can't video call me.
Can't video call me either.
That's my
That's
point.
true.
That's
Yeah.
what I said. I can't FaceTime
we
you.
get an Android and we can video call
Fuck
each other.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like under Apple spell. I got the phone,
You
the
see,
fucking
bro,
laptop,
it's low-key like a
the
cult.
fucking
it
all
makes
the
you
shit.
think all these things. Okay,
I'll tell you a silly thing. You tell me first.
no, I was gonna say go ahead. I was gonna tell you to talk anyway.
Okay.
We're on the same point. Go ahead.
Like something silly that Apple sells is the AirPods. Great product. I like it. But then they sell the AirPods second generation, which is the exact same as the first generation. Didn't change a thing. And then there's a second gen with the wireless charging case. Either way, you can't listen to the AirPods. If you're charging them, you're either charging them with a plug, like normal, or you put it on a wireless charger. You pay an extra, it's $220 for the one with the wireless charger. There's no point of having that. Like, but
So
they're
wait,
selling
you're
the same
saying-
product.
So you're saying the only benefit of having that would be charge your
Wirelessly.
like on a plane.
Not even though, because
Because
if,
planes have plugs too.
yes,
Wait,
no. If you're charging your AirPods though, you can't be listening to the AirPods. You know, like while you're charging
Right.
the case, you're
What
not
I'm
using the
saying
case.
is like that would only benefit you in places where there's no plug.
you
but
still
how
you still have to
often-
plug in your wireless charger.
That's true.
Yeah, so there's no point. Either way, you can't use this object. So whether it's charging with a cable plugged into it or it's charging wirelessly, it doesn't matter. But they're charging you an extra $20 for it.
Oh, you said two. Oh, you said it's
One's
extra
180.
20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
okay,
second
so
gen
it's
is
extra
180.
$40.
Yeah, and
Damn, what the fuck?
yeah, the other one's 220.
Hilarious.
The wireless charging one. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
but it's
marketing.
marketing. People will buy it. People come in all the time.
Didn't
They're like,
they
"Oh,
make
just
a-
give me the wireless ones."
Didn't they make an attachment for the AirPods? Basically, make it
They
regular?
did, right? Didn't they
Yeah.
make like a little thing for the AirPods to sit in that would have wires
Yes,
so they don't
Yeah.
fall out?
And
One of
so
my
it's
old coworkers
headphones?
had it, and I was like,
it's just headphones.
"They really are."
It's just regular.
And he would sit them
Yo.
around his neck.
It's
yeah, I was
lit.
like, "What's the point?"
Yeah, I like the attachments that like Samsung makes, like the fucking VR goggles.
Yeah,
Them
those
hoes
are
are
pretty dope.
crazy.
I've been
You
wanting
just
to
put
get-
your phone in it.
Yeah,
It's like, oh shit, I can play
wanna
VR
look into getting that.
games. I can like watch movies in this shit. Like that shit's crazy.
That's why I'm all about Android, bro. Because people don't realize is
All about it, bro.
you can't even most people can't even name what company is part of it.
I mean, do you know all of them?
Most
some
of them. Most of them.
Nokia.
A new one just broke into our market. The OnePlus. That's a phone that's popular overseas.
Isn't that HTC?
Nuh-uh. It's a different brand. Like the name of the brand is OnePlus.
Oh, okay.
HTC's its own thing.
HTC had a OnePlus.
Yeah, they did.
Point,
They had
right.
something similar.
Huawei is one of the best phones.
Huawei's, yeah.
period. We don't get them here in the U.S., but
Not
best
allowed to
phone,
get them here. But
period. Like
they're supposed
for
to
a
be
while.
crazy
I've never
fast.
done any research on that. Heard a lot about
Google phones,
Yeah.
Samsung.
Nokia.
Nokia still
No.
make phones.
They made
Just doing this for
Nah,
a
not
reaction
gonna
out of
lie.
you.
It's like-
Motorola.
They still make phones.
Okay.
Energizer made a phone, like the people that make batteries. They made a phone that will last for 30 days. The
Windows,
battery.
right?
The
Windows
battery
makes
lasts for
phones.
30
Wait,
days.
is that
Windows makes
Android
phones.
though?
Yeah, Windows
Okay,
is
yeah.
Android.
Yeah.
Makes its own phone.
Yeah.
A lot. LG.
really?
LG
Yeah.
has like how many companies? You know what I mean?
See, like I'm more indifferent on the subject, I guess, because to me, a phone is just a thing that plays music, like plays YouTube videos and contacts people. That's all I really use my phone for. I'm not a big like proponent of social media, even though I should be, like more often. But I don't like that, so therefore, it's like anytime I get a notification on my phone, it's kind of like a thing. Me, unless it's like something important.
I mean, also, I guess, me personally doing stuff, this situation, doing podcasts, needing storage and being able to easier compatibility with Google and stuff like that makes it easier for me. Yeah, you're right though. Most people that use phones don't need that. They just want that
Precisely for what you
compatibility.
just said. So Apple works great for them because they're only doing those few things, and that's what Apple focuses on the most.
Right.
As to where like Samsung's they focus on like
More
a lot
like
of
a
other
balanced,
stuff. Yeah, like
itinerary.
overall RAM, gigs, stuff like that.
Isn't storage?
Storage is
basically-
another big rip
don't
off
they-
that Apple gets everyone
Don't they
on.
screw you?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they do.
Well, just the fact that they branded you so well, at any other phones you can put an SD card in for extra storage. Apple, you have to pay an extra $150 down just to get higher storage. Like if you want 256 gigs, you got to pay
You mean,
extra
like, on
money
the
for
phone,
that. Yeah. Not on the phone. On the
Yeah,
phone itself.
On iCloud,
Or
it's like, on iCloud, it's like $5 a month for
exactly, but think about how long you pay that $5.
right.
They created
that's
an
60
issue and then they
$60
sold you a
wait.
solution. That's what they did.
Oh, yeah, it's $60 a year. Have
Mhm.
storage.
Or they could just insert a tray where you could put a memory card. Why would they do that? Get people to pay monthly forever.
And they
For more
might create
storage.
like an attachment that allows you to put SD.
I mean,
Exactly.
I'm
You
sure
have
there
to-
are attachments to where like you can like plug the SD thing into your phone, like right here. You know what I mean? Like a little like an adapter.
But that's not what
Sure
they're
those are-
banking. Yeah, I'm sure
No,
they
I'm
do,
sure
but that's not
Apple
what
doesn't
Apple's
make
banking
those.
on.
I don't think
yeah.
Apple makes it. Sure, they have those,
Yeah.
which
But who's
I'm-
going to go out and buy that?
somebody
Not
that's
many.
smarter than paying for $60 a year for.
Exactly. You probably want to just get an iPhone, you get Android. And
But they already come with a lot.
exactly. My
Android's already
S10
come
came
with
with
a lot.
128 gigs. If you want that on an iPhone, you got to pay an extra $150.
Damn. Interesting.
And all the iPhones still have only 12 megapixel cameras. All the new Galaxies have 16 megapixels.
All that matters is Snapchat camera. Corey.
Exactly.
That's all that matters, man.
Yeah, but
That's
look,
crazy.
It matters a lot.
And
matters
you know the
more
reason
than
why
you
it
think.
does?
No, it doesn't. I guess for people our
No, a
age,
lot of-
See, like
yeah.
you can't even like as a people try to get on my ass. Is it rightfully so as far
don't-
as Snapchat
I
goes?
don't care about Snapchat.
But you don't even wish that your Snapchat pictures were more clear.
They are just not the selfie camera, but I don't take selfies like
But you don't wish that you could.
I don't.
You don't wish
wa-
that you even had the capability.
I don't.
Not even the option.
I guess it'd be cool to have
Exactly.
the option.
I don't know. It depends on where that's at on your importance scale.
Yeah, I don't.
Some
really
people
care.
like social media as their life. Yeah, so they want it to be top notch.
I mean, the average person.
I'm not a social media person.
Exactly. The average person's gonna want, Snapchat's gonna be
Yeah.
important. I mean, Apple definitely did it. They played it smart.
yeah.
They don't need all
Apple
this
knows what they're
extra
doing.
shit.
Yeah.
iGames, FaceTime,
iMessages.
yeah, iMessage.
They focus on what people do the most and then they just market it on that. What their phones are good at. And it works.
iMessage to feel like
And who's to say what's important?
Like I said, they hooked me. They have all the things that I
Exactly.
need.
People will come
AirDrop.
in, they'll have it all. They have the iPad, the watch,
I
the
have
phone,
an iPhone
the
8.
yeah.
It works fine.
They all do.
I'm not necessarily. I
Literally,
don't
they
need
have
the
it.
nice camera.
I like it. I enjoy it.
But I can see like the benefits of having that if like you work on your like people that like have if you even have like a marketing job, you have to
Yeah.
graphs and actually pay attention to certain like trends and things
not for everybody. What most people use their phone for, the Apple iPhone works.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's that. And it's just like a very inclusive thing. Like that's just what I've seen from my experience of talking to people.
But it's just
Like little kids, like they're mean. Like they'll fight each other like in the store over like Android versus iPhone. Fist fight
That shit funny.
is pretty fun. But to a point, like when they try to engage me with that conversation, I just always push it to the side. People just take it too serious.
I don't think it's that.
It's a
serious.
phone.
I just think personally, what I don't get is that people are so into iPhone that they will sit there and try to tell me what's bad about an Android
Yeah,
when they
but they
literally
don't
know
know.
nothing about it. They sit here and try to tell you that's why your camera sucks. Does it really suck, or is it just because I can't take Snapchat selfies? Which I guess, to most people is important, but if that's the most important thing in your life, someone needs to really adjust your
Yeah.
priorities.
But isn't it crazy
That's
how
all I'm saying.
isn't it crazy how that's like been relevant since we were in high school? Like the Android having a bad Snapchat camera. How have they not fixed that yet?
They have
How
so
have they
the,
not,
so the
like-
app, the Snapchat app was made for the iPhone. That's why.
What I'm saying
So
is
it's made
like
to be
how
more compatible.
with how many people have Androids. I'm not saying that. So obviously, even if Apple is better at marketing, people
Mhm.
more than a few people still have Androids.
Yeah.
With that many people that still have Androids, if you still want Snapchat to be a usable app on that, why would you not?
It's
do that.
usable. It's just not as nice as the iPhone. The
Right,
app
that's what
was
I'm saying.
developed around the iPhone camera. So it's always going to work better on the iPhone.
What, I'm,
Right.
what I'm saying is like, how has there not been any development?
I mean, it's
Android's
definitely
point
gotten
of view.
better. It's gotten better. Like
Yeah,
I
they're
don't use
working
Snapchat
on it,
often,
though.
but they used to be like Android used to be stupid
Like
blurry,
garbage.
and everyone knew. Yeah, now
They're
you
saying
can
in
at
the
least
next
like see
couple
what's
years
going
it's gonna
on.
get even better because it has gotten better. You noticeably, but they're saying in the next couple of years it's gonna get even better because it's just like you said, it's the compatibility with the phone. It's already more compatible with the iPhone made for this. So Android has to go through more in order to get that worked out with the creators of Snap. So to make that app
How much longer do you
Android.
think we're even gonna?
Bum bum bum.
When's it gonna become like just like some little screen that just like throw up in the air and now
You
phone's
know,
like right in front?
you hear what Elon Musk is working on? He has something called, I don't know too much about it. He has something called Neuralink, and it's like a wire that goes in your brain. So where like you start,
That's where
like you
that's
can
where it
affect That's,
begins.
that's
I'm not fucking with
the
that.
early stages.
That's
But right
where
now
it
he's using it for
begins,
like people that has lost like brain activity and stuff. Starting very small, like to where you can like look at a screen and like tracking your eye movement.
But like they already had the Google Glass. Surprised
Yeah.
those didn't blow up as much. It was.
Do they
It's a
work?
cool idea.
Yeah,
Good.
from what I heard, they worked pretty well. They're just expensive.
Yeah,
Isn't
Isn't
I just
that
don't-
like cookies glasses from? Is that
Something,
what?
it was similar to that. It was similar to that. Yeah, it wasn't quite on that level, but it
Yeah, I
was-
feel like if you buy
Yeah.
those, you gotta put tape in the middle.
yeah.
looking up, and you could be able to look up stuff. And they're still working on products that are similar to where you're able to, it's like similar to holographic, and you're able to look up things on the glasses. And that's kind of how the Google glasses worked, is look up stuff on the. And as time progresses, it's gonna be able to analyze, probably be able to Amazon Prime shit through those glasses. You know what I'm saying? Just
A lot of people were upset and they were thinking like you'd be recording them or something or recording their eyes. They didn't feel like comfortable.
people are already doing that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know
listen,
that. I'm saying
I
people.
mean,
I'm not
yeah.
It's
saying
a phone
me.
now. It's
Yeah.
already
I mean,
being done.
Edward Snowden was scaring the shit out of me on Joe Rogan.
Oh, yeah.
Like talking
Crazy.
about with certain phones that are being made nowadays, like the incapability to take the battery out unless the phone literally has no power.
You
And
don't
even
know.
sometimes whenever your phone is dead, it's not completely dead. It has like a what's it called? An emergency power bank.
Yeah.
That it won't be allowed, like it won't have enough power for you to use it. Still on.
Someone's trying to tap into it, they'll be able.
Still on and still recording everything. And like they were saying, is like it's not for the purpose of saying like we're gonna pay attention to everybody. It's kind of for the purpose of something ever happened, we have all of this incrimination. Kind of.
Yeah, but it's also the fact
Being
that
abused. That's
Very
what it
much
is.
so.
it always makes me think of the book. If anyone ever has a chance, if you haven't read it, 1980 Orwell. They have literal thought police where they're able to track your thoughts and you can get arrested thinking like certain thoughts.
I mean,
Minority Report. Whenever you would like go into a machine and like they read your mind if they gonna commit a murder.
That's
Something.
Minority Report.
That
And
was
then Tom
Minority
Cruise
Report?
was gonna do something, so then they ended up.
Right.
But he ended up.
They tried to like arrest him or whatever it was.
I think he was set up though.
But that's what I'm saying. It was like that idea. Like you can go into a
Mhm.
machine and they see arrested for you haven't done
Exactly.
started. But also, it's like, would it be beneficial to some extent?
Potentially. I mean, if they're reading your thoughts, I feel that's against your privacy.
Because I mean, like, if okay, so that would only really work if
1,000%.
the future was only had like a finite point, like things were going to happen a certain way. There weren't any variables
Alternatives
involved
or-
that could have alternatives.
Once we start putting chips and stuff inside of our brain or inside of anything that's gonna
Beginning of
that's
the
a
end.
no go for me because it's cool. It might make things easier at some point. Am I gonna say yeah? Someone's gonna be able to tap into that, especially with AI coming out. Even if
Oh,
AI
yeah.
is not its own process, it's still able to process things faster. And whoever's running behind the AI is definitely gonna be able to.
Yeah, and I mean, like at any given moment, like you could not really have the wherewithal to say, "I'm in control of what." Like, how do you know? After you have somebody to give somebody else like the ability to see and have control over what you do and hear and say.
Not a
and
world I want to live
eat.
in.
I mean, but the thing is if it's a world we're gonna live in, how the fuck are we gonna prepare for it?
I don't know. They gotta
Or how do we
master that
prepare-
technology first. I
How do
want
we
to put it past
prepare
them. though.
children for it? Like, hey, I know you know nothing right now. Still developing, but we're about to bring you into a world of shit, and it's about to get crazy.
Thought about was we've talked about the Matrix before and people being the Matrix. So, VR is being worked on. So if you're able to do VR and with AI becoming a thing, at some point do you think the Matrix would be like tricking you into thinking, you could be like, I took the glasses off.
Yeah.
But you
that
never
happened.
really took the glasses
mean,
off.
And you're still in.
Think
You're
about
still
how
in.
fast we progress and stuff, though. Like, look at cell phones 10 years ago, maybe 15. We had flip phones. Now we have iPhones that could do it. If VR like progresses at the same rate, like VR will get so, what's the word? Yeah, so realistic. Like, so you're actually there. You might not know.
Yeah, well,
You know?
it get indiscernible.
Yes.
But at the same time, it would have whoever's controlling that reality and have to sustain your body.
But
Don't
what
eat
if?
and drink water
You
for
ever see
long
Spy
enough?
Kids 3?
Yes,
They couldn't escape the game and they
Yeah.
weren't eating or drinking. They were stuck in
but
the
they were
game.
being sustained though, weren't they?
No. Well,
They weren't just in a field like
no, but like
the whole
regular
time.
regular people, whoever the regular people were. Now maybe the agents, yes, because they were being watched over. But if you are a regular kid getting stuck in the game, done. They got trapped in the.
But
that
what
was
I'm
kind
saying,
of a
where
twisted.
was
It was kind of twisted when you
where
think
was their
about it.
physical body though?
They were just
When they were in the game, where was their physical body in that?
just
movie?
out.
But where? Like just in the living room,
Yes.
just sprawled,
Yes,
just sprawled out. Like
They showed them some people were there was kids just
nobody's
sitting there.
mothers came and like said like, Johnny, get out, Johnny, what are you doing?
Yeah, but they couldn't take the glasses off because it would like put them in a. It was something that put them in a coma where it would affect them.
I don't remember
It's
that
a-
movie being that dark.
It was.
But
Kinda,
I guess
I just know it was lit.
like
That
you
was
could.
lit.
It said you can't take the glasses off, and it said if you die in the game, you get trapped.
in the
You get
game,
stuck in
yeah.
the game just forever. That's.
You lose. It
I need
was,
to rewatch a lot of movies from
It
my
was
childhood.
really- it's really tough.
What we
you
talking
don't
about?
realize how tough that was, and until you're like, oh god, because he had to go save his sister.
Right.
Cause we
He
can't
got
get her
trapped
out of like
You got trapped in the game, yeah.
they were telling him we can't get her out. We can't take the glasses off. The only way to do that is go find her and get out of the game and shut down the game to free everybody that's trapped inside this game.
Yeah. Fuck, that shit was...
And they kind of just forgave the guy at the end. They're like,
Was it Spy?
you
Bro,
know?
Spy Kids 1 was so legendary, though, whenever they had to go save their parents. They like figured out everything. Who's that? Danny Trejo was their uncle. Fucking...
Machete.
Fucking Machete, yeah.
No, he was Uncle.
I forgot his name in the movie, but
He's
is
like,
that...
I'm not even your uncle. I'm not even your.
Yeah, but that shit was live, bro. I fuck...
Which one was the one with the thumb people?
That was the
Two.
first
That
one.
was the first
That
one?
was the first...
Or was that two?
I think that was two. Wait,
Maybe I'm
was
tripping.
it one?
I think it was the first one they saved when they had to save their parents.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was the first one. I'm tripping. Second one was the island.
That one was
Monsters.
that first one. Whenever the
Been a
thumb
long
people
time.
was
It's
weird.
been a
as
long time.
fuck.
Yeah, thumb people
That dude
were weird.
had like fucking 3 heads on his one head, and they were all like had toes on them and
Yeah,
shit.
Spy Kids was a little weird.
Just kind of accept that as a child.
Yeah,
That's
that was
just-
okay.
That's what I'm saying. Is I need to rewatch a lot of the fucking childhood movies I had because some of them with like death and
Yeah.
losing
back on it.
control of your mind and going into comas and
Tough.
taking over
No,
children's
you're
minds.
okay with it if you brand it. You know, as a kids movie. I'm just saying. You know,
There you go.
you market and brand as something as
just-
a certain way. You're good.
You just put the word
You're
kids in
good.
there and you just market it to whoever you want. Spy
Some countries
Kids.
it's illegal to market to kids.
Is it really?
Because you're kind of like not altering their mind, but like making them want that. Then like parents have to go buy it, you know.
Right,
Like
changing
people
their
will buy,
development a
people will do
little
like
bit.
anything for their kids.
I think that's why a lot of when we were younger, you wanted things and toys, but if you
Yeah.
think about it, you're more so outside.
Yeah.
You want maybe a ball to play
Mhm.
with, or you're doing
Or like some
jump ropes,
Kids don't really play
or
outside
like some new
anymore.
shoes so you can go play basketball or some
Yeah.
shit like something like that. Yeah, you
I
don't
feel like we were like the last generation to be like the outside kid. Like many kids don't go outside anymore.
if we keep going this way. I mean, we can always change.
I think it'll be hard, but yeah.
Yeah, it would be hard, but
I still
look,
see kids
I would like to
outside.
see it. Yeah, I'm not saying no
I see
kids
people
play
ride bikes.
outside.
it's about
but-
how you bring your children up.
Yeah.
If you're the type of parent that says, "No, I don't want to play catch with you. The game's on right now."
Mm-hmm.
Your kid's not gonna want to go play catch with his friends because the game's on right now.
They're gonna
Think
be playing
about it, it's so-
Fortnite
Oh
on the
yeah,
mic. You see what we did though? We'd go play outside all day during the day, and then at nighttime we're up on like gaming and we're all
Right.
in the headsets playing MW2. Like you know.
exactly. Like if we was playing games, it was with each other
Exactly.
and we were having fun. Like after we had our gym or
Yeah.
whatever, or like after school, at somebody's house.
But
That-
once again, phones were only when we got them. It was the Nokias, bro.
Yeah.
Nokias were the phones, and you had the Razr Motorola.
Motorola's
Yeah.
Motorola
Those were
crazy.
cold though. Those were
Sidekicks
the
were
coldest
going
phone to
That
have at
crazy.
the
flip
time.
phone.
Sidekick
Yeah.
was going crazy.
Sidekick
You had the
was live.
Blackberries.
Yeah,
that was the
what?
worst for me.
A full keyboard. On
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah, we're coming a long
What's
way.
your point?
I was just saying, like now you have smartphones, and you have people like Apple
Mhm.
sitting there saying this is the best new thing, and everyone's
Yeah.
over here saying you need an app. iPhones are the shit.
Well, I mean,
Everyone feels like
it's
need an iPhone.
overindulgence, or it's like it's like, why do you think America's one?
we're not the only. I mean, everyone
I mean,
has
I
fat
said
people.
one-
Everyone has
I
fat
s-
people.
I said one of the only, unless you've gone every.
But I guarantee every country has a fat person. in
Even
each
Oh,
starving
yeah,
countries,
but-
even starving countries.
There's at least probably a town that's got one fat person. Probably
mean,
the signature fat person.
think
in
that's
the
for sake
town.
of the
I would
argument.
say that I don't think either you or I has the science behind that, but that makes sense
That's
as far
fair.
as a point of view of
Yeah.
like saying how many fat people you've seen.
That's
But
fair.
you live in America.
That's fair.
You were born in America.
There's definitely going to be less fat people. Plus other.
What I'm saying is like there's hundreds of countries on Earth. We are one of the only.
Yeah.
There's a few others that have gotten to that overindulgence point of view.
Yeah, we have.
But for the
a
most
lot.
part, the world is still struggling. For sure.
Yeah, no, I understand that. There's a good
America
amount.
is like economy based. I think that's why.
What I was trying to say is what I was going into is that like we have overindulged ourselves into thinking that overindulgence.
Because it keeps the
Every-
economy going. It keeps people like
In-
spending money, and that's what America's
In
all
certain
about.
aspects, it keeps the economy going
does.
because it like the more fat people get, the more health care they need,
Exactly.
the more hospital
Eating
bills
is
they
like a
have.
hobby, though. Eating isn't something that we always do because you need it
People
to live. Eating is
Stress
something you do.
People stress
Stress
eat.
You eat when you're bored sometimes. Sometimes
Exactly.
you're just like, hey, you want to go grab something to eat? You might have just ate already.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Like
is,
eating is a
like,
hobby is something to do.
What's
shouldn't
crazy
be,
is that
though.
like people pay attention to like whenever you go to the beach and you get sand in your mouth, that's uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
But other than that, and like a couple other instances, people just don't pay attention with what they put in their bodies.
Yeah.
They'll just say, "Yeah, I had like 4,000 calories today. I wasn't counting." So, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That a lot of people. Well, it's weird because I do it too. I don't really.
Yeah.
I always say mantra that I have. I'm young. I can handle it.
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah.
like I
That's
don't.
how you've always been up to
That's-
this point.
I don't care. Like at that point, like it's like I know that if something happens to where like I need to make a change, I will be able to make that change.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm chilling. Like keep doing me, enjoying my life until something. Like, I'm not saying like I'm gonna push myself to the point of diabetes and then be
Yeah,
like, all
yeah.
right, let's change something. I'm saying like I'll understand changes.
But you can be skinny
Progression.
and still have a heart.
Right,
Sure.
but I'm not.
It's less
necessarily-
likely.
I've never had heart issues. had physical. I haven't had any doctors tell me recently or ever that I'm gonna need to watch diet, watch exercise.
I don't know, but like you said, you're still young. So
That's what I'm saying.
it's
It's
like you can't handle it, right?
right.
Crazy though, because you constantly have these people or brands pushing it down your throat to get. It's not. I mean, that's what you see constantly. Is when you go somewhere, it's buy this.
Yes, advertisements
that.
everywhere.
I get that. I mean, that's how these podcasts get sponsored or make money. Is it's advertisements.
Right. Yeah.
Buy this, buy that. And to be fair, some things you don't even need. I guarantee you, iPhones at this point don't even need to really do much.
They
We
don't.
know
They don't do
They
much.
don't need to do much.
Watch one of their most recent commercials.
Like
they
you
don't
said, they can
tell you any facts. Any
Like you said,
specs.
they can decline and still.
Exactly. They
did.
release the same exact phone and still sell out.
Or a worse
didn't change
one.
much at all.
Or a worse one, he said.
Add
Yes.
one lens to your camera. Just add one lens
From the
to your camera.
iPhone X to like the 11 Pro, the same phone. They just gave you two big circle cameras now,
you'd
or gave you
imagine-
3 cameras.
You'd
and
imagine the addition of a circle on a. What
change
that
the
could
orientation. It went from being horizontal to vertical.
Oh my god!
It sold it. I mean, it works. So
You would think though, with having the phones at our fingertips, that you'd be able to look up shit.
you can, but people
People
don't.
don't.
People are very lazy.
So people are that lazy that you can't look up something on your phone. We're so lazy that you're just gonna say, "Oh, that person has that phone. I'm gonna get it."
Also, a poor person.
You ever heard
At
the
all.
term?
It's like going to a pumpkin patch and somebody selling. Not what you went.
you did. That's kind of.
I ask people the question every day: what do you use your phone for? Everyone usually says the same: talking, texting, social media. Usually what I get, and I ask that question probably 30, 40 times a day.
Nice.
I say, okay, I have a phone that can do all that for you, and it's $192. But I know what you want. You want this brand new iPhone 11 over here. I get paid the same whether you get a $96 flip phone or whether you get the brand new XS Max or 11 Pro Max. I get paid the same. So
Said,
like, get whatever you want. Be irresponsible with
Look,
your money.
man, you're only helping my commission check at this point. So
It
like,
doesn't make a
continue
difference to me, but
Continue
I'm-
being stupid.
But I'm telling them, based off what you told me, this is what you use your phone for. Here's a phone that can do all that for a fraction of the price. But because of the branding, because of the marketing, they're going to choose the 11 Pro Max or the 11 just because it's the newest thing out. That's what everyone else has. It's very
You said,
silly,
I have
but
exactly what you need. Nah, I don't want that.
that keeps
though.
the cell phone industry going. Imagine how long they actually last. They'll last you a while. I get people with iPhone 5 still that come in.
I mean,
Nothing
there's
wrong with
also
them.
like that like stigma of like Apple. Actually, not even a stigma. Not necessarily putting something in, but like basically planning for the deterioration.
Oh yeah, they got sued. They got sued for that.
Yeah, they got super sued.
I haven't kept up with it, but basically they like, well, you know, like the older phones only have 16 gigs of memory. So if they push out like a 2 gig update, that's gonna go down all to the phones. If you have if you have 16 gigs, like if you already have 14 of your gigs used, now your phone's at max capacity. Your phone could either not upgrade to be the newest, and then it's eventually not gonna work because you're not on the proper update, or your phone's just gonna like deteriorate it.
But yeah, like the battery
it's not gonna be
or
able to-
the screen like lighting or just like shit inside
Just
the phone.
all the little
start
things
fucking
like
it
that.
up. But that's crazy. That, like there was actual research done that said it eventually sell that person.
Yeah.
That's marketing.
And people
I'll
still
tell you,
buy them.
They know what they're doing.
Why not?
I
They know
respect
what they're
their
doing.
hustle.
I think it's also the fact you
You
ever
gotta respect that hustle.
I respect their hustle. They're
Gotta
very good at
respect
what
that
they do
hustle.
because
oh,
on
especially
paper,
if people are still buying them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I
It's
don't
like-
respect them, but it's like I guess you have.
they
to
have the
kinda
market by
respect-
the balls. Put it that
But
way.
see, like it's like the same thing. It's like I don't respect pharmaceutical companies that also are making money off stocks that being like increased based on people trying to get off the addictions of pharmaceutical selling. So basically, they're selling a drug, making money, and then whenever that person wants to get off this drug, they're making money.
yeah, they're double dipping.
Like I don't like that,
They're
but
throwing
you
you
gotta
in a-
respect that hustle. Like that takes a lot of balls to be able to do that. Like say, fuck everybody, I'm making. That's a hustle.
Knowledge is power, man.
Knowledge is
Really?
power,
Knowledge
but
is power.
that shit's despicable. But it's you gotta respect the hustle.
I think a lot of it to me
Works.
Y'all ever heard of the term "keeping up with the Joneses"? I don't know where it came from.
Heard of it. I don't know anything about what it means though.
I've heard it. Yeah, I also don't know where it came from, but I know what it means. Basically, it's saying you're trying to keep up with the person next to you. Oh, they have this. Oh, why can they have that? I can't have that. Oh, you have a nice house. I have a nice house. You know what I mean? Everyone
very
wants
much
to
that
seem
way.
like they're at this status. Have these. That's
A lot of Apple users feel like Apple is number one, and really in other countries, Apple's not. Like Huawei is like
Apple
one of the
users
biggest.
feel like Apple's
yeah,
number
exactly.
one.
So they feel like they're
the thing
elevated.
about that is that large portion of America is saying Apple use, not like declining that.
I
Oh, that's a
mean-
lot of fucking people.
No, I'm not saying that it's not a lot of people. It's
saying he is.
okay. No, it's definitely a lot of people.
I mean, he just said it's maybe here, but not.
Yeah, it's not among the masses. In America, for sure, Apple is number one in the market. But I'm saying that the people themselves are putting them over. Not everybody, but a lot of people put themselves over, like someone with an Android.
Oh,
Like,
right. Like, as far as class-wise.
Exactly,
Like,
especially
I'm better
kids.
than you because of this.
Kids
Like,
are bullying kids in school right now. Like, oh, you have wires. You have wired headphones. Like,
That's
kids
the
are
hell- that's
kids
the
are getting
funniest
bullied.
part.
Exactly. So, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you broke. It smells like bro.
Exactly.
You just spent more money to get the thing
Oh.
that works the same exact way that these were.
I don't usually condone violence, but I would give my son
I'm telling
permission
you.
to slap the fuck out of that kid.
telling you, it's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like it's going to a ridiculous point. We're selling phones first, but money
Because people will buy it.
and people are so unknowledgeable.
We've kind of hit a plateau with technology. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
Like something's gonna break through eventually, but as of right now, there's no new feature that we need. Like my phone can charge. I can charge your phone with my phone right now. I could turn it over and give you battery power.
with your phone. To
I
my
haven't-
phone. Even
Yes,
though it's
I could
iPhone.
phone to phone you right now and give you battery, but
That's
I could
lit.
say I've had this phone 6 months, haven't used that feature once.
Because
It's cool.
I just learned
not something we
that my
use.
phone could charge
I
like
use it if you told me
without a wire plugged into. I just learned the other day that my charge without.
Yes.
Because my mom bought me like this wireless charger for my car that was plugged into
Yeah,
my actual car and like has like a hand that
and it charges it.
puts front or sideways for like maps. And it charges wirelessly. Plug my aux into that.
Yeah, we sell them. They're dope.
I mean, but that's one of the reasons I love it. A lot of those companies.
Yeah, they
the
do
ones-
stuff that's
Those are gonna be
cool.
the ones that are gonna be
Mhm.
making the break. iPhone's gonna definitely capitalize
Yeah.
on those breakthroughs.
For
Just
sure.
think about when everyone was
They'll
saying,
come through a few years later.
Think about when
Oh,
everyone was saying big phones, stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, you look at you're huge. Fuck you guys. Like now, look how
Now
big
the
the
bigger the
iPhones
better.
are. You know, now it's oh look at me. Come on now. And another thing is, don't get me wrong. I'm probably gonna end up getting an iPhone because it's gonna be easier for me, so I could FaceTime and in group messages, sharing files
Yeah.
for what we do now. But the one reason I really haven't got it is just because the people who say, "Oh, you have an Android," I don't want to get it now because you have one. Because you're a dickhead. Now I want to keep my Android because you're a dickhead.
I see. I feel that.
That's how I feel.
See where you're coming
I feel
from.
that about this. Isn't that like you just allowing them to make your choices for you based on their
No,
personality?
I love the Android
In a
still.
way.
In a way, right?
In a
It's
way,
like,
but not much.
not
Yeah.
much. But that's what I'm saying. Is like if somebody's on your ass so hard that
You're letting
make
their
you wanna
attitude.
stay in
yeah.
a spot you actually don't want to be.
No, I do love the Android. It just
Okay.
it'd make it a little bit easier to
'Cause it
have an
made-
But you're
iPhone.
open to the idea
You
of
made
having
that-
an iPhone
yeah.
as
You
well.
made that seem like
Same.
you actually consider buying it.
I have
But
considered
somebody-
buying it just
But
so.
somebody's
I'll probably say the only
somebody's
reason-
dickheaded you into not buying one.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like you ever seen someone who's done something so dumb, you're like, yeah, that looked like it was fun, but now that you're here, I don't even know now. Like I don't.
Or really, it's kind of like it's like whenever you see a nice pair of shoes at the mall, you're like, damn, buy them. A couple days later, you go to school, got them on your mind, you got enough money. The bully that's picking on you wearing those shoes, fuck, I can't buy them now. God damn it, I wanted those fucking shoes.
I've
Now I
been there.
can't get them
Yeah.
because he's got them. He's a fucking asshole.
I didn't like anyone having the same shoes I had.
I feel you.
Like-
That's what I'm saying. Is like whenever you see shoes on somebody else's feet, you're like, damn, I can't get them now.
Especially
That
in high
person's
school.
in my life. That guy, I will see them again. And they'll like can't chance wearing them on the same day.
Yeah.
Never gonna be able to wear.
In
wear
high
those
school, I had a
shoes.
decent paying job, so my only bill was gas. So I just would blow. Y'all know I blow money on shoes.
Not anymore. But
Not
you
anymore.
used to.
I used to, yes. When I could
Jacob
afford it
still
now, I would
does.
never. Yeah, I got bills now. I got stuff to save for.
Got dogs and bills.
I'm
and
not spending $350 on a pair of shoes anymore.
Not anymore. It
Nah.
used to be cake.
Yeah,
To Corey.
I mean, when your only bill is gas,
That's
gas was
true.
cheap.
Not whenever that truck you were
Yeah,
driving around.
that's why I got a car actually.
Yeah, that's when
gas.
you got the.
That's when
Ultima,
gas was hitting almost $4 a gallon.
Whenever you got
That was
the-
a time.
That was
Bro, that was
eating me
bad.
alive in that truck, man.
That was bad. That was a bad.
I enjoy going to the gas station. I could afford to put $10 in my gas tank, eating my shit
$10
up.
wasn't doing nothing back then.
That's what I'm saying. Is like whenever people are complaining, like, "Damn, gas is back over $2." I'm like,
Yeah,
to complain about this. You don't understand what we went through.
$4.
Y'all think?
Rough.
Y'all think that gonna get back to that high?
Hope not.
I mean, maybe if like it gets to a point where so many people are using cars based off in, it's so much like, no, that'll probably drive oil through the floor. Honestly, if that becomes the case, then oil's supply and demand supply. It'll probably drive it back.
People, and then people are like, I'm going back to my car.
Yeah.
my car with gas. My
But
gas.
but see, at that point, do you think that prices for to like boost your car wouldn't just go through the roof?
We'll have to
Because
see.
the demand for that would just
Yeah.
go crazy, and there's like hella supply, like it's
Yeah.
electricity basically everywhere. But so like the supply is going to be continuous. Honestly, probably better than Earth, but demand's going to be so high that the price for it.
Same thing before that with gas. That's all there. Like there wasn't an electric alternative. Gas prices are where they're at now. So I think when everyone is on electric, I feel like eventually everyone will be, and it'll stabilize.
For me, my car's going to run on fucking French fry grease.
Nice. Nice. What an idea.
Not the first. Like, not bad.
What
not
an
bad.
idea.
But people aren't gonna probably start using electric cars for sure until people are like that's a staple
Yeah.
now. I got an electric car.
I feel like
It
eventually
already
the government's
kinda,
gonna
like,
mandate
is, like
it.
with Tesla, it already kind of is like as far not even just the electric car. Can your car park itself? Yeah, I can go to sleep in my car while I'm in the driver's seat in traffic. What do you want to talk
I'm
about?
not even worried about the fact that it's saving the planet or you know
Yeah.
being better for the environment.
It'll be for all the wrong reasons.
I got a
but
better car than
Uh,
you. You know your car also has other features. I don't care. I didn't care to read about it.
But it'll be.
Poor person.
If they market it right,
You read the
they
terms.
market
of
it
the-
right.
You
You
read the
That's what Apple's doing right now.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It just doesn't make
You read
sense.
the owner's manual? Fucking broke bitch. I don't have time for that. You know what I have time for? Hopping in, riding, and hopping out.
Oh my god. How many people think
You
actually
don't even need this number because it'll drive for you.
That's it. Makes me think how many people actually think for themselves or they're just in it just
You know, I bet when that happens, they'll probably put like a little mini kitchen.
Little
Why not?
fucking
Why not cook?
stove?
What else are you doing if you don't have to pay attention to the
Fucking
road?
hotcakes on the
Why
road.
not?
You ever see like Phil of the Future where they
Eat
just,
me,
like,
Elon.
put-
No.
You ever watch Phil of the Future?
Yeah,
Where you
bro.
like put it in there and it was like
Classics.
just instantly like it was like an instant food. Like
Or you don't remember like Star Trek and shit like that? Whenever they would just like beep beep beep, and the whole fucking burger and fries just gets generated.
you're like
Like I don't know what
That's
that's
not-
made of, but that's
Tesla's coming out with it first. Watch, you're gonna be in your car self driving. Just wow, I got
For
my
real.
burger.
But see,
Watch.
once they invent shit like that, doesn't like every grocery store ever just get shut down?
Bro, who needs
Like
Like-
when the food makes itself.
Who buys? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if like I don't know how you would generate that unless like they could create like Phil of the Future. It's the same amount of food that's being. They just learn how to shrink.
maybe? Let's just hit Wally, bro. Wally's the move.
Wally.
Wally's the move. We'll all be fat. We don't even need to walk anymore. We're just around on like chairs, getting everywhere. Food's there.
You get to. You could almost
that's
live
almost
by
what
not
it's
leaving
doing.
your house at all now.
No, yeah, for sure.
You can have your groceries brought to you. You could like
Only-
anything you need. You
only
can talk to
thing
people. You
missing
can
is-
FaceTime.
The only thing missing is like actual like human interaction. I mean, you can
Yeah.
have it on FaceTime, but that's not.
Exactly.
My
But you could live your entire life and not walk out your front door. Essentially.
I mean, if you can,
Exactly.
you
Which
can
is very
find out.
possible.
it's possible. Not that.
I'm not saying it's easy, but,
But
I'm
it's-
saying it's
it's
possible.
doable.
It's
It's
possible
doable.
for a human
It's
to be born
definitely-
inside a house and never leave that house and completely survive.
There's people who
Forever.
blog and stuff. If you just continue to blog, get everything
Yeah.
shipped to your house, food brought to your house. At that point, you really don't need
The only
food.
issue I would see is like healthcare.
But
So,
see,
like you
like,
might have to have a
At that
doctor
point,
will come to
the
you.
only person
have
that could ever
physicians that do
kill
that.
you is yourself. Like you're kind of taking a lot of dangers out, and you got to worry about one person now.
Yeah.
Not kill myself, and then we're good. We're alive forever.
And at one point, you might be like, maybe I'm the only person that exists. Because
Oh
you're
my
like, there's no
God.
one else around. Do I know that anyone else is actually real? You're just stuck in your. It'd be a little bit wild. That's definitely possible. It's going to get to that. Because you have doctors that go to your house.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, why would you leave?
That's whenever you turn into the fucking sun.
Yeah,
Sunblock and fucking.
Love that movie.
I don't know.
It's a
I don't
classic
know if that's
movie.
the wave. I don't know. I mean,
No,
people. are
I
acting
wasn't
like it is.
suggesting it, but I was saying it's possible that you can, if you wanted to, never leave your house.
Like I was all for like the whole like you ordering what you need from the grocery store, picking it out, and
Yeah, that's all we do now.
you don't
Curb-
even have to do
curbside.
that now.
Yeah,
They can have it delivered to your house now.
We did that once. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I didn't like him coming to my house. I'd rather pick it up.
That's what I'm saying. But my mom does that shit. It makes it easier for her, like as far as like curbside pickup. But now,
Yeah.
like she said, huh? Wait, what?
You don't
Somebody goes and shops for you because they saw something online and they bring it to your house.
the
Like
future.
Look, I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon Prime could deliver you babies in the future.
literally, like
Like,
deliver you
they-
babies.
So-
Like
Controversial, but
that too, bro. Like pack it up. Here's a baby, like on the doorstep in 30 minutes.
telling you,
Find out.
Amazon on the dark
Still
web,
bloody.
you can.
right
Still
out the
bloody.
womb.
My baby.
Umbilical
You
cord.
can get them on the Amazon
attached.
dark web.
You can
Wow.
you can order babies off the dark web.
Probably.
That is true. I wouldn't
Wouldn't put
advise
it past
that.
Bezos.
Definitely legal.
Oh damn!
He
you.
brought it up.
Don't point fingers at me, Nico.
Confirmed it.
He's like, actually, you can.
But shit. So
Hope so.
wait, if y'all are okay, so we got into like people of like how people. You actually think that Samsung's like, but not just Samsung, but Android. You
Androids
think
in general.
Android like going forward. Do you think Apple's gonna figure it out? Like they're just gonna stay on the market.
Oh.
Kinda
Figure what out?
I think they're for sure.
Figure out like I guess how to like totally
There's gonna be
like,
breakthroughs. Somewhere.
utilize their phone better, I guess, or do you think Android will go marketing side, stop putting so much work?
I think when 5G comes out, we'll see something. 5G is gonna change everything,
Really?
from my
Especially
understanding.
with quantum.
Yeah,
5G, because
I
5G
don't
is
know
going
what
to be
yeah.
5G.
the
5G.
fastest speed that you'll.
They can't
you-
actually explain 5G fully. They know how to harness the power, but there's like a that we don't know about.
I don't know anything about
So much faster.
5G here. This is like a little example. So if you want to download a hour and or say a 2-hour movie on 4G, it'll take you about an hour and a half, like for the full movie. If you want to download that same movie on 5G, it would take you 7 seconds. That's what kind of gap we're bridging here. From an hour and a half to 7 seconds.
But see, like, how does that
So-
even work?
So what's it? I can't tell you how it works, but I can tell you what it could do for humanity. So that means Wi-Fi will be irrelevant because 5G is way stupid faster than. Why would you use Wi-Fi if you could have
Save
cellular
data.
network? Yeah,
Save data.
over that. They were saying that doctors, like U.S. doctors, can work in like mechanically, like operate robots and stuff in real time and do surgeries halfway across the world. That's how like powerful this.
Oh, like it's going to be instant.
Yeah, like damn near instant. Like we're not gonna be able to detect the difference. How close it is. Think about if you could do a whole 2-hour movie in 7 seconds, what you can do from like just remote controlling something. It's like in real time, basically. Yeah. Imagine never having to lag on a Call of Duty game again.
Bro, not
Ever,
even
like-
that. You're like in the fucking game, like at this point. Like literally if
Exactly.
you accidentally like click the scope, like barely, like
Yeah, exactly.
like,
You're
you
in
may as
real
well have
time.
a heart attack trying to fucking bring his gun up type shit. God
That
damn.
is-
That's what we're getting to. So yeah, so when 5G comes, there's a few 5G phones now, but like 5G isn't perfected yet. When it
Wait,
comes out,
so those phones have 5G. You can
there's a
have
few.
that right
Yeah,
now?
the Galaxy S10, there's a 5G version. The LG V50 has a 5G version, and that OnePlus phone I was
So on
telling you
these
about
phones,
earlier,
you can download movies in 7 seconds.
in a 5G zone. So not all of the US has
Oh,
5G right
okay.
now. Actually, Houston, we're one of the test
So it's
markets.
kind of like how whenever 4G came out and people
Exactly.
3G.
Some
It
people
was
were on
like-
3G, some were on 4.
It was like 4G, like Verizon
Exactly.
was like largest 4G
Exactly.
coverage in America. or
Eventually,
whatever. Everybody
everything will
was
be
saying that shit.
5G.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to point out that those 3 phones that he said that are testing 5G. I'm just saying. Droids.
The iPhone will be there. They'll be a little late to the market, but they're gonna capitalize better. I'll tell you that now.
No, that's for sure. That's what I'm saying. And to answer that your question with what he was off of what he's saying is that iPhone's going to continue to just capitalize off of what Android's been doing.
At
That's
this
what they've
point, they
been
could be
doing for the
behind.
like Apple capitalizes on the details on the phone, iMess or iGames and things
Visually
similar.
speaking,
Yes, to the phone. That's going to be more pleasing, I guess, to user. Android's more so looking towards what can we do to make this technology better? What things can we add? And then Apple is going to kind of just go in and make those things a bit better. And you could say Apple's better for that, but then you wouldn't necessarily have a lot of the things that phones have now if it weren't for some of the breakthroughs that Android had. Apple did also break through at the beginning, had Steve Jobs. He helped make a gateway for a lot of things. But a lot of the people on Android right now are definitely skyrocketing with most of their technology. And when you look at Samsung, you look at Google, you look at Microsoft, they're definitely making most of the biggest innovations going on in technology right now when it comes
Sure.
to things that TV, computers. But Apple is just definitely a lot better at making it seem like all this.
Like you said, the Androids are focused on bringing like the newest thing to the table versus the Apple. They're focusing on what people actually want, what people are actually going to use. Like I said, the feature I told you about, I don't use that often, but the things you're using every day is your iMessage, your FaceTime, your Animoji. Is that what it's called?
I haven't used that yet, but that's
a lot of people.
Fire.
Yeah, like it's cool.
Apple
Apple focuses on like the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Versus like the Androids, they focus on like I'm not gonna say the things that
Things that
matter,
might
but
be
the things,
necessary for
yeah,
some people.
exactly.
They're more like in deep.
They're more getting the
Their
maximum
features.
amount out of your phone, like overall.
Using it as a utensil rather
Mhm.
than
Yes.
Yeah, so like those would be the ones when you're seeing, wow, I can bring up a hologram. It's
Mhm.
probably going to be an Android
Yeah.
user, one of those companies that's probably coming up with that technology. And you're going to see it tested out on an Android phone first. Because Google and Samsung are definitely making all that.
Yeah.
Samsung's one of the biggest leading virtual reality companies right
but
now. Google is definitely making a lot of
with
shit.
the hologram thing. I was just talking. When is it? Like, how long do you think it's gonna take for that?
No.
Like
What?
a cigar, like a cigar, like dispenser,
What?
like a mechanical thing that's like this large.
You say a
Oval?
cigar
That's what I
dispenser?
said. So like it opens up like kind of like, so it opens up like this, like
In this man's arm.
in his arm. Yeah. So like it opens up like this way, and then a cigar comes up. It clips the end off of it, grabs it.
That is wild. So does he like wake up in the morning and load his cigar tray?
I don't
like,
know the specifics.
Does his body
but
make
if-
cigars?
But if we're starting there, we're
That's
going
crazy.
somewhere. And I don't
He said
know.
we're starting there. Anything's possible.
Really?
People are getting attachments and surgeries done just to have a cigar
Yeah, Joe
dispenser
Rogan was
on their
talking about
fucking
it.
arm.
Mm.
There's gonna be some fucking crazy things.
He talked about that. At what point are you still human? If you could get a robot arm like tomorrow and it was affordable, most people would do it, or some people would do it.
right.
So at what point are you not human anymore? What if you're just all robot, neck down, and it's just your head?
Like your brain.
Yeah, like just your brain. Even
Well, I feel
are you
like
still a human if you just put your brain in like a cyborg?
I
robot?
don't know. I feel like from a certain aspect, you're not necessarily human anymore. You'd probably be
A
bit than
hybrid?
that. Maybe a hybrid, because I don't really know how you would describe it as a hybrid. Because it's a hybrid is what I would just kind of like. That's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
assimilating one thing into a whole different thing,
Yeah.
rather than like kind of putting them to like
Mhm.
like meeting one. Kind of just.
So I would
saying-
say if AI gets
That's just-
involved with that, then that'd probably be
right,
a hybrid.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
We would be hybrid creatures at that point.
I still can't
Eventually.
help. Still is the fact if that's a possibility.
So look, what if we get to
It will
that
be
point
eventually.
and we have like some people that are like with the hybrid shit and some people that are not. And then
Yeah.
you have like
That's we
interspecies people
At that point, we created another step in evolution.
or another species,
Yeah, a whole nother species.
a whole nother
Terminator.
In a way.
They had half human, half
Think-
robots.
Yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
That's not the same creature. One's totally different.
I'm still thinking of just the kids that are gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm half robot. You're just a human, bitch.
Human.
Ah,
Really?
broke ass. You can't even afford a robot arm." Like, that's still like they marketed it good enough. I'm telling you, that could be. People just want to be robots. You never know.
Like,
Make it seem
Then if
cool
you're a
enough.
robot,
like-
you're probably gonna live longer because your body's not gonna break down on you. You have less chance of getting
See,
an
that's what I was-
infection, less chance of stuff
that's
like
what I was
that.
saying. Like the assimilation of that would just. This brain is not chip that I have, so I
Yeah,
need a better
exactly.
Ship. Need a better ship. If I can create that.
I think if it's possible,
I
people
won't be
definitely will
human.
do it.
Yeah,
Picked up what you were
lot of
putting down.
morality.
But I feel like that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
How about you, Dan?
I think so.
Philosophically.
Philosophically.
Leave it on a question.
Yeah.
What's next?
You decide.
Decide.
Tell us in the comments below.
You decide.
Find out next time on.
Far from finished.
All right.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This was our wonderful
Thanks for having me.
Balls, aka Corey Bell.
What's your name on Twitter? Even though
At
you
the
don't ever
Corey
use
Balls.
it?
Ricky made that Twitter in 7th grade on the bus. So I
true. Fuck
I would not
yeah.
have one if it weren't for him.
Fuck yeah.
At
you guys,
Corey Balls.
At the Corey Balls. I
At the
think.
Corey Balls with a Z.
Yes. I think it's
Good.
like 3 Z's.
Okay.
You're not going to find me. I don't tweet. It doesn't matter. I think I have like 3 tweets.
All right, just don't waste your time. Don't
Yeah.
follow me.
that's really no
You can
point.
find us at Finish From Far on Instagram and Twitter. You can find that motherfucker.
It's gonna be at Rad Dude Dandy.
Instead of
This
finding me, just put those subscribes that way. towards
Okay,
them.
yeah, fuck yeah. Hey, you can find this motherfucker at Josh_M7. And
Also, I know
Facts.
this is going on YouTube, so there's a button. If you're listening to the audio, you can't see it. But if you're watching the video, click the subscribe button. There, it's gonna follow our channel. Also, make sure to go follow the people that help our audio and also our marketing. They do a pretty good job. You know, they could do better times.
they do an acceptable job. Okay.
We love them though, so we keep them around.
Also, shouts to No Topic Podcast. Shouts out to the Court Vision Podcast. Teagues TV, Fatality. We got a lot of fucking shit coming, guys. Stay tuned. And peace.
yeah, love you guys. Y'all take
Power
care.
pose.
Keep up with the challenges. Take care, everybody.
Power pose.